We're loving and hating and making scenes. Now we just see everything we believe.
Hello, what's going on YouTube fam? This is your boy J Money here, and I'm bringing you guys something I haven't brought to you in a long time. This deck right here, new wind-up combo, 5-card hand loop, of course. Magician Shark can do anything you want. Now, of course, you don't have to have Magician Shark, but you do need to at least have a Magician and a wind-up effect that you can activate. Magician Shark, of course, is just the easiest way to go about things, and yeah, because Magician's just too good. So, anyway, by the way, before I go any further, shout-outs to, was it Noah Bagelman or Bagelman? I'm sorry if I'm really butchering that name, but for the test hands for the World Chalice Guard Dragons, he did point out that that very first test hand was indeed playable and could have ended on Gambit Seal and Calamities, to say the least. So, I thank him for basically pointing that out. So, yeah, that's a big deal. So, anyway, all that being said, so this is going to be a 5-card hand loop. And then some, you know, it's going to be a 5-card hand loop, and it's going to have some extra resistance on the board to counteract that 6-card, or to counteract some graveyard shenanigans extra wide deck may have. So, you know, it's really sweet. So essentially with this combo, all you need to basically do, you need to resolve Hunter twice to 3 times, and you need to get access to a Rescue Ferret. Now, I only play 1 Rescue Ferret in the deck, and that's because Summoner Monk essentially equals more copies of Rescue Ferret, and if the deck is still at an even 40 cards, so because you really want to see this combo as consistently as humanly possible. That should mean adding multiple factories, but factories can kind of contribute to breaking if you don't have extra ways to put extra bodies on board and things like that. So, you know, I don't know if I really want to try to bump this deck up to above 40, especially without carriers and Mighty being legal. But you need to access a Rescue Ferret. Now, don't worry, guys. It doesn't require 7 to 8 additional cards in your main deck this time. It only requires 3. So it's a very, very small fit and all that. And it's real nice and lovely. So, you know, enough of the talk. Let's just go ahead and get started with this bad boy. So, anyway, you are going to need some extra cards in your hand, though. So, assuming if we don't open Summoner Monk, we're going to probably need to depend on Saryuja to get into it to complete the hand loop part of the combo, or just hard draw our 1-copy Rescue Ferret, which isn't really consistent at all, because again, we play 1 copy. But if we don't get into Summoner Monk or Rescue Ferret, then you can still end on your Utopic Zexal. So the Utopic Zexal is still in the deck, so it's still an option for you to fall back on. So with that being said, enough of the talk. Let's go and get our next 3 cards. Oh, dude, that's pretty good. I actually like that. If we had like an additional wind-up in hand, that'd be solid. Oh, okay, we got Summoner Monk. All right, cool. So we don't even need to depend on Saryuja. So now I can, you know, show you guys the combo entirely. A 5-card hand loop. Here we go. All right. So we're gonna start with our Magician, revealing a Shark in hand. You generally want to keep your non-level 4s away from Zen maintenance zones in the early part of the combo. So that's why I have so many Shark way over here. Magician, let me get all the dice ready. So Magician's number 1 is going to activate. Yeah, if you really think about playing wind-up set of locals, you really want to probably consider having dice with you, just to mark which effects are activating, because you generally have a lot of multiple copies of different monsters on the board, whether it be wind-up hunters, wind-up rats, or sharks, or magicians in this case. So Shark's going to activate its effect. So yeah, so you know, make sure you have a bunch of dice on you to mark which ones to use their effects, so your opponent doesn't try to call you for cheating or anything. So that Magician's going to activate. Somebody got our 3rd Magician from the deck. Alright, now we're going to link off these two. Keeps the maintenance zones closed to make sure we don't screw ourselves out of our butterfly. So the maintenance is going to activate, and of course we're going to grab our 1 copy of Wind Up Factory from the deck. Now if you fear Joel and Lockbird gain 2, then don't search this, just search Shark right away. But this is just for deck thinning purposes. You really want to deck thin, so you can increase your chances of getting into Summoner Monk and or Rescue Ferret. This is also why I'm only playing 1, because I don't want to just draw into another. Because you're realistically going to draw into 3 cards instead of 4, because the rank up magic is going to be one of those cards you're stacking off the top of your deck. That's why deck thinning is very, very important. That's why we're getting all the magicians out of the deck now. That's why we're getting the rats out of the deck, the factories, everything. We're getting them all out of the deck. Okay, so this magician's went ahead and activated. Now we're going to activate the factory before we go any further. Yeah, we're going to go and make Butterfly way over to the right. Switch the rat to attack mode. Oh wait, I don't know why this is banished. It should be in the grave. Use Rat's effect to summon out our Wind Up Magician away from the open zone. And we're going to use the effect of Factory, and we're going to actually search our Wind Up chart. Now, we're not going to drop this for a while, so keep that in mind. Now we're going to use our Link Monster, and we're going to banish our Rat face down, and summon an additional copy. Now we're going to go ahead and put it in the maintenance zones just in case we don't want to clog again. Windups have a very good ability of just being able to fill up zones very, very fast. So we're not going to use Magician's Effect right away. We're actually going to use Rat's Effect, and we're going to summon Magician out now. Now we're going to use the Magician that was already on the board right here. We're just going to take the dice off the factory. We already used it. Summon our Wind Up Hunter from the deck. Using its effect, we're going to tribute off our Wind Up Rat. And we're going to knock out our first card from our opponent's hand. Our second Magician will go off. And we will summon our second Wind Up Hunter from the deck. If I can find it, there it is. Alright, cool. Now we're going to use that effect and tribute off the Magician and knock off our second card from our opponent's hand. Alright. Let's go ahead and overlay these two. And make our Rebarian Shark. Hello, old friend. It's been a while since Summon Shark got banned, but he's still alive and kicking. So, of course, we're going to make Saryuja with all of these monsters, and we're able to chain block. Because Rebarian Shark can just allow you to chain block your Skull Deep, so that's pretty nice. There we go. Saryuja's going to be 1, of course, and Rebarian's going to be 2. Again, you're really going to dig 3 cards into your deck instead of 4 because Rank Up Magic is going to be one of those cards you're getting to your hand guaranteed. You don't really want to get rid of it just in case you don't get into Summoner Monk. Again, if you don't, this is just your backup plan in case you don't get into Summoner Monk or Rescue Ferret if you actually manage to hard draw it. So that's stacked on top. And we can go ahead and pick up 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so let's just bottom deck the rest of the cards. They don't matter. The rest of the cards don't matter because we already got into our Summoner Monk. So now we're going to use Saryuja's effect and special summon said Summoner Monk. We're going to summon it away from the zones, of course. We're going to use Summoner Monk's effect, discarding our spell card. And we're going to summon our Rescue Ferret straight from the deck. Alright, now we're going to resolve Rescue Ferret. Now here's what you're going to need to summon. You're going to need to summon Mecha Fenebix Oleon. You're going to need that in specific. There's 2 specific monsters you need. Omni Dragon Brotar and Mecha Fenebix Oleon. So, you need to summon Brotar, and depending on where you are, regardless, it needs to be in the rightmost arrow when it comes to Saryuja. So, all that, now you're going to just summon any level 3 monster. You just need to summon any monster as long as it's level 3. It does not matter. It just needs to be level 3 though. So you're going to go ahead and synchro the Oleon and your level 3 monster. and you're going to make your Miko. Now you can chain block Miko because I think, hold on, this might be mandatory. Let me see. Ooh, that's a lot of text. Let me read it. No, it's an optional effect. So you can chain block your Justiceer. So Justiceer will be chain link 1. This will be chain link 2. When it's sent to the graveyard, you summon a Mecha Phantom Beast token. Bam. And you can add your World Legacy card, which will be World Legacy Succession. Alright. So, now that we got that going, remember, Mecha Phantom Beast tokens are level 3. So this is why Oleon was really important, because it just provides you a free level 3 monster that you can use to synchro with Justiceer. So, here, you have one of two options. You can either summon Boral Savage for a negate, you know, because you're going to rip some more cards from your opponent's hand, so you can have extra negates, or you can rip all 5 cards out of your opponent's hand and summon Cyframe Lord Omega. So that's precisely what we're going to do. We're going to use Omega, we're going to banish it, and we're going to rip a 3rd card from our opponent's hand. Now you're going to have to use the Succession immediately, because there's 2 Guard Dragons you're going to be playing. So you're going to have to use the Succession immediately before you start going to your Guard Dragons, because one of the cards you're going to access is really important, and you don't want to wait on this, because the number of darks in your grave, because, surprise, surprise, you're going to have to access Levianeer. The number of darks in your grave is going to be exactly 3 if you don't, if you don't link off your Guard Dragons, which you will generally want to have this and your Shark on board. But I'll explain this later. So you're going to use Rat, and you're going to summon Wind Up Hunter from your graveyard. Now you're going to reveal Shark in your hand. Now this is getting revealed, so you can special summon it. So we can use our Wind Up Hunter and sack off our Wind Up Rat for the 4th card that is getting ripped. Now you're going to link your Omni Dragon Brotar into a Pit Steed. Pit Steed is going to use his effect to summon Omni Dragon Brotar out of the graveyard. Using Omni Dragon, you're going to discard your other random card on resolution, not on cost, and add Levianeer. Now here's the thing. Some people would think to save the Succession for the very, very last card, but look at this. Look at here. Now, let's say I saved the Succession and this wasn't on the board, but instead was in the graveyard. So we're summoning our Agripane. Alright. Now we're going to use Agripane to summon Abyss. Now, look at this. You would generally want to summon Hot Levianeer now. If you kept the Succession in your hand, you would want to summon Levianeer now, because you don't have a Link 3 that's a dragon. You don't play Triple Burst, because it's pointless. So, had you have kept this Hunter engraved, you would have had 1, 2, 3, which is the 3rd Hunter. As you can see, there are no other darks in your graveyard, and you really want at least 1 Hunter in there so you can knock another card out of your opponent's hand. That's why we went ahead and did that now. But now, at this point, we can go ahead and link these monsters into Boral Sword Dragon, or a 2nd Saryuja if you really want to, but I wanted an option to go 2nd. It could be Boral 2, it doesn't matter. So, there we go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to drop our Levianeer into the board, and we're going to banish 3 darks. We could just banish the Guard Dragons now. And, let's say 1 Wind Up Hunter. And we can use Levianeer's effect to knock a 5th card out of our opponent's hand. So all 5 other cards in their hand are gone. And, hey look, you have 2 level 4s on the board. So, what do you do with these 2 level 4s? You overlay. Make Utopia, and you discard your rank up that you stacked on the top of your deck. With Rebarian Shark, he makes Exile. So, this is pretty strong, guys. All cards out of your opponent's hand have been ripped. You have a negate for the 6th card. It doesn't even matter anyway, because you have Utopic Zexal. And next turn, Omega is coming right back to the field. I mean, this is game. Now again, you can make Boral Savage instead of this and rip 4 cards, so you can have 2 negates. If you really want to go that route, you can. But we're playing windups. We're trying to hand loop. So yeah, guys, this is consistent. By the way, windups are back. I love this. Windups are back. I think the next locals I'm going to do, I'm going to play this deck, and it's going to be glorious. So it's as I was saying before, even if you don't get into Summoner Monk on your opening hand, or Rescue Ferret in your opening hand, or any of those two with your Saryuja draws, you still have this right here as your backup plan. Period. Now, if you get into Omni Dragon Brotar with your Saryuja, you can still put this on the board. You can still put this on the board and still make Zexal. There are ways to make Zexal. Even if you don't get into that Summoner Monk, that's okay. It's fine. So guys, let me know what you guys think about this. This is something that, yeah, I love windups. I miss actually being able to play this deck. And shoutouts to the guys who had brought this up. So, yeah, I'll end up having the picture of the guy who had brought it up. I'll have it up somewhere at the beginning of the video. It should have already been up. So, that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. This is J Money. I am signing out.
Through the wastelands, through the highways, and